Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening!
Brought to you by Praxis
Hello,
Sports,
welcome to the Game
the
of Fame
unified
live stream.
platform helping
I'm Josh
sports
Pratt with Josh
organizations
Crew
manage
on the
communication,
camera.
scheduling,
We're at
and
the
operations
Oval
in one
Queens,
place.
New York,
Learn
for the
more
League for
at
Clubs
praxisports.com.
NorthEast final. It's a rematch of the 2025 final. Met
There's a
Oval once
leisurely
again
lunch with
host
friends.
Atlantic City.
And
This
then,
game was meant to be
there's a
played on
7-course
Saturday
gourmet
evening, but between the
tasting
smoke
lunch
and a
with
lot of
7
thunder showers,
perfect
the game
wine
had to be moved
pairings
to tonight.
aboard a fully restored 1915
The
Pullman
weather has
rail
certainly
car as it
cleared
floats
up
past
quite
rolling
some measure
hills
since then. It is a
and rows of
picture-perfect
vines
evening. We're
stretching
sitting
out
about
as far as the
75
eye can
degrees.
see.
As you can see,
Napa Valley,
beautiful sun shining on the field.
live a
The sun
little,
is slowly going down,
or a lot.
but the conditions have aligned perfectly for this rematch. We should be in for a fantastic contest.
What would
This
you
is
like
the
the
first
power to
time
do?
the teams have
Your
met this
passion
season.
for this game opens
Didn't have a
opportunities.
fixture in the regular
For them,
season calendar.
for our
Last
local
meeting
businesses,
was the final a year ago, which was a nail
the
biter.
community.
Came down to the finest of margins.
because when local businesses thrive,
Alesco
the community
scored Met
also
Oval's
thrives.
winning goal and the only
Bank of
goal of the
America
game.
champions everyone who
The
dares to ask,
39th
what
minute
would you like the power to do?
was a match, truth be told, of relatively
What would you like the
few
power to
chances,
do?
but certainly
Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
lining up on the far side of the field.
Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Ready for our kickoff. Of course, the winner of tonight. Chosen night to the national stage. Ryan Rose won the West Region final on the 11th a little while back now. Oklahoma United won on Saturday, and Pensacola FC just got declared the winner of the South Region. Every single one of Met Oval's playoff games in their run to win the national title came down to the wire. Kensington 3-2 national time win in the NorthEast semi, as I mentioned, against Atlantic City. 1-0, very tight. And the national stage, they had to go through penalties, extra time before to eventually lift the trophy. That final four weekend. Referee team will lead. The 2-11's out. Oval in the black and in the white. This certainly hopefully helped with everyone's post-World Cup blues. Entertaining us for
Brought to you by Praxis Sports,
6-7
the unified
weeks.
platform helping sports organizations
imagine
manage
the
communication,
World Cup game.
scheduling, and operations in
For
one
4
place.
years, it became a very welcomed constant, but there's so much other football going on at all levels in America, and lots of the local fields. And although we will have probably largely a break in August, the season's resetting, this is a nice little epilogue to a summer of soccer on Game and Frame. And again, that means everything for both these teams. Our expected starting 11s for this evening. Coach John Burklow going with the 4-3-3 that has served Met Oval so well in their time in the league for clubs. Fafman in goal, the back three, Gonzalez at right centre-back, Zaretzas, the holding piece in the middle. Alex Posada, who alongside Gonzalez is a returner from the national winning team, left centre-back. Reynoso will be on the right wing. And so Sané gets the start on the left wing. Kasha and Iriarte, the centre midfielders. Iriarte, he's been working his way back to fitness, but he was an absolute linchpin alongside Kasha in the midfield last year. Metoval at times have perhaps not been as comprehensive with their possession compared to the very high standards they set last year, but perhaps that was because they were missing Matthew Iriarte for so much this season. Let's see what difference he makes in there. The front three, Balti Saunders, Metoval's top scorer last year, on the right flank. Jean-Louis, who scored in the semi-final against Kingston last week, will be on the left side, and Carlo Brown, who also scored against Kingston in the semis, will be up front. For Atlantic City, we're expecting a 4-3-3. Moroni in goal. Villaboy and Boyle are both newcomers to the team compared with last year. McNamee, a returner, will be on the right back position. Tando, left back. Wagner, Cahill and Wakacha all returning to the Oval. They were playing in the final a year ago. Andrew Heil on the left wing. Daniel Gonzalez on the right wing, and Max Heichenbaum leading the line. And one notable absence, of course, for Metoval is they don't have TJ Bernard, who is actually walking in front of us right now. I assume he's injured.
Yeah, injured.
Yeah, injured. We just got that straight from the source. So that is certainly a loss for Metoval. Bernard spent much of this season playing on the left of the midfield, effectively just a left wing back in the 4-3-3. Gives so much going forwards. That left foot has delivered in some wonderful deliveries, created plenty of goals, and defensively his game speaks for itself. He also can play in the centre back position in that back three. Ense Sané and Posada will be on that left side in terms of defence and midfield. Both sides have won their last 4 games and boasting pretty impressive statistics. Metoval scoring 13 in their last 4. They conceded only 3. And for Atlantic City, they've scored 13 as well and conceded just 2. And remarkably enough, Atlantic City's last 3 games have all been against First State. They won all 3. So they might just be glad to have a change of face, although perhaps not that it's Metoval. Atlantic City will kick things off here. Andrew Heil. And he's going to be going straight to the corner flag to just get a bit of territory early on here. Fafman, who been a really pivotal part of Metoval's success this season. A lot of games have been by tight margins, and Fafman has produced some really big saves to get them to this stage. In fact, 4 of Metoval's 9 wins this season have been by a single goal margin. The regular season playoff race in the North Division came down to the final few weeks. In the penultimate game, they had to beat Excelsior, and that was a nerve-wracking 1-0 game. A few big saves to deny Excelsior, as well as the woodwork, helping Metoval to that decisive 3 points. Well, they're impressive in their semi-final against Kingston. 2-0 away from home. That was a sweet bit of revenge, having lost 4-1 up north a few weeks before that. That certainly looked like it came off of a hand. Wagner, the guilty party. Gonzalez, Saunders, Iriarte, Coach Berklow will be delighted to have him back, and it's because of plays like that. Lovely vision. Sent across by Jean-Louis, and Carlo Brown opens the scoring for the defending national champions inside 2 minutes. He's the man in the right place at the right time again. Looked like Ensa Sané on that far side, who was picked out by Iriarte, and Sané rifled it across the 6-yard box. Carlo Brown perfectly timing his run, as he so often does, and he couldn't miss from there. Perfect start from Eto'o. And Ensa Sané immediately proving he's a worthy deputy for TJ Bernard. Brown scores in his second consecutive playoff game. He scored very early in the semis against Kingston as well. Not quite this early, but it was inside the first 5 minutes. And that's a huge opening blow for Met Oval. Lukacha. Gonzalez misjudged that. Bum. Couldn't keep it. Again, you have to factor in so many of the players on the field today played in the final, which was a year ago and 1 day. There was an attritional battle and certainly some temperature to the game at times. No love lost between the teams, you'd imagine. Iriarte finding Sané. Posada. So just to give you an idea on how many players are returning from last year. 6 of Met Oval starters in the 11 today and 7 for Atlantic City. Saunders was offside there by a narrow margin, it appeared. We can already see a lot going through Iriarte. He teed up Sané on that left side with his 360 vision as always, Iriarte. Set up the goal. Big shout from Fafman. Looks like a few changes from Atlantic City in terms of position they're lining up from what we've been told. It looks like Tando is actually the right back and McNamee, who's wearing the captain armband and is on the ball right now in the left back. Not quite the right pass by Daniel Gonzalez. And it also looks like Gonzalez is playing more centrally. Iriarte. Be a throw in for Atlantic City. Suffocating pressure in the middle on Villeboy. Oh yes, in fact I'm just realising it's Atlantic City 11 I was given is basically entire wrong because Villeboy was listed as a centre back. He's up in the right wing, some difference there, so I'll get my bearings with it shortly. But here comes Met Oval down the other end. Jean-Louis, big hoof out, looked like by Boyle. Posada. Jean-Louis finds Carlo Brown. Sané. Iriarte Balti Saunders, that's clever, but anticipated by Maroney. Really smart look by Saunders. One of the Atlantic City's players was a little high there.
Every time we're breaking pressure, that's a foul.
And Saunders saw the gap.
Hey, it'll happen 6 more times. Yeah, ball. You know what's going to happen, right? Yes, sir. Sir, ball. Sir, ball.
Oh, ready, guys? We just started. 7 minutes? What's going on? Back here, with me. On the whistle, okay? On the whistle.
Yeah.
McNamee will serve this up, first set piece of threat in the final. And there's a foul on Reynoso. Posada. Jean-Louis. Good press by Atlantic City. Eichenbaum, I think, was trying to help that out to Villeboy. Didn't get the right connection on it. Sané, give and go with Jean-Louis, who actually was passed back to Zaretzes. One back by Atlantic City again. Eichenbaum. One by Metova, and Jean-Louis will come away with it. Gives it to Carlo Brown. Saunders is streaking in at the far post. Brown, pass one, Carlo Brown, and Balti Saunders saved. Did that go over the line? No. Atlantic City clinging on by their fingernails. There was enough bodies on the line to deny Balti Saunders. Carlo Brown ghosting past his defender. Did everything right, perhaps except for his pass, which was slightly behind Saunders, forced him to take a touch. And that gave Atlantic City enough time to flood that line. But nonetheless, a huge let-off for the visitors, who very nearly fell 2 behind 10 minutes in. And that is not easy to come back here at the Oval from that margin. Kasha, Iriarte, even he is unable to wriggle through that gap. Hale. Right, the tackle of Reynoso. That took on one too many defenders. Gonzalez does really well to bring that out. Jean-Louis. Catcher sticking to him, pace and pace. Sané. Iriarte. Metova playing out of a tricky spot really well there. Reynoso. Saunders has got a little bit of space there. But Tandoven, excuse me, came across very quickly to close that down. Reynoso. Gonzalez. Saunders. Not on the same wavelength as Carlo Brown. Cleared out by Boccaccia.
Yeah, we're up. We're up right here.
So I can tell you actually a big change for Atlantic City from the starting 11 we had expected is it looks potentially like they are playing 3-4-3 as well, and that might just be adjustment once they saw how Metova were lining up themselves.
Yeah, we're here. We're locked in now. Ball coming.
Saunders holding it up. Zaretsas. Jean-Louis. Sané. Reynoso. It's been crisp, the passing so far from Met Oval. So I was saying before the game, at times it's been a little more disjointed from them in possession compared to the level they set in the national title winning season. I think part of that attributed to there's been a lot more injuries and shuffling amongst the 11 than perhaps Coach Berklow would have liked. At times has forced his hands, but close to the squad he would want tonight, bar perhaps the absence of Bernard. And it's been certainly a positive start possession-wise from Met Oval. Atlantic City, so it looks like now how they're lining up with this different shape of the 3-4-3 themselves, that they've got Tando, Wagner and Boyle the back three, McNamee the left wing back, Kale the right wing back, Bocacia and then Gonzalez in the midfield pair in the centre, and Andrew Hale the left winger, Villaboy the right winger, and Max Eichenbaum as centre forwards. Saunders is going to drive it diagonal. There was a gap there for Jean-Louis, but the pass not accurate enough. Iriarte. Iriarte gets it back. Sané. Looking for Jean-Louis. Boyle checking his run initially. Still with the hosts. Carlo Brown's goal, Met Oval's 34th this season in 12 games. Only failed to score once in their entire league for club history. So it's failed to score once in a remarkable 26 games, if you include this one. Saunders and Tando going at it, or Tando more you'd say. Saunders holding off his attentions. Posada, Sané, during the contact from behind from Kale, it looked like a free kick, from here at least, referee unmoved. Carlo Brown's goal also ending over 180 minutes without conceding for Atlantic City. And again, played first 8 3 times in a row. In the last 2, they scored 6 between them and didn't concede a single one. Semi-final was a funny old game for Atlantic City. It was 0-0 up into the 55th minute, and then they scored 4 before full time. So it looked like a very comfortable scoreline, but up until last third or so of the game, it was tight in terms of scoreline. Reynoso, he's lost it. Comes on the edge, and there's the first shot for Atlantic City from Cahill, the right back. Decently caught, but always rising. Carlo Brown winning that aerial duel with Boyle. We'll get it again, Carlo Brown. Sané. Iriarte. Iriarte dispossessed. Again, it did look, from here at least, perhaps that there might have been a bit of contact behind on Iriarte, but referee well positioned, didn't blow it. Flicked on, and Eichenbaum is going to look to make a nuisance of himself with Zaretsas. Posada clearing it, couldn't quite find the toes of Jean-Louis. Reynoso. Iriarte. Got flustered under the press, and it's won back by Atlantic City, who have maintained a really high intensity press thus far. That was a bit of a clumsy tackle by McNamee on Gonzalez, quick to offer his apologies. But as soon as that ball was getting passed into the midfield pair of Iriarte and Kasia, Atlantic City are wise enough to really try and compress that pair. Gonzalez. And again, that first goal for Metoval coming inside the first 2 minutes, the occasion when Iriarte was given a little bit of space to turn into from Atlantic City to get the move going. Uncharacteristically loose by Gonzalez. Eichenbaum. Villaboy. Villaboy still. A little too intricate. Gonzalez couldn't find Saunders. And Atlantic City are continuing to turn the ball over relatively quickly. Good fight and tenacity from the visitors. Wagner, well anticipated by Sané, who's going to burst forwards. Atlantic City are a little short at the back here. Chacha with Sané looking in for Carlo Brown, who retrieves it. It's Jean-Louis. Sané drives it in himself, and Moroni did well to keep that within his orbit because Carlo Brown was waiting for any breadcrumbs. First 20 minutes of this Northeast final have raced by. It's been high tempo. Metoval don't have an impenetrable defensive record here at home by any means this season. Just 2 clean sheets kept in 5 games here at the Oval. Saunders. That looked like a bit of a clip on the old referee. Letting quite a lot go so far. Chacha. Didn't have a lot of space. So run into Cash's wearing the armband. For Metoval today. Reynoso. Tando sticking closely to him. That's loose by Gonzalez. Eichenbaum looking to punish. Eichenbaum goes down. That was very soft indeed. I think he was looking for that one. And we had a quite good angle here as well. I think he knew that ball had perhaps run away for him. But on first glance at least didn't look to me like a penalty. Of course you can watch back and forensically study it yourselves. Moroni pings it out to McNamee. One straight back by Reynoso. Saunders. Jean-Louis back to Balti. Saunders John Louis again. Reynoso, lovely football from Met Oval. Reynoso was searching for that top left corner, wasn't too far away from it. Succession of first touch passes between Jean-Louis and Saunders. Atlantic City twisting and turning, trying to keep up with the play. Carlo Brown. Jean-Louis visits it to Reynoso. Whips it in. Too much on the initial cross. Jean-Louis unable to keep it in. Atlantic City and Met Oval have identical records in the Northeast Conference, including their semi-finals. They've both won 9, lost 2. And both of the team's defeats came in the middle of the season, in mid-June. There's back-to-back defeats for Atlantic City. Had a bit of a wobble, including a defeat against bottom of the table Brooklyn City. But since that defeat, Atlantic City nearly flawless. 5 wins on the bounce, including dispatching Monmouth. And then beating First 8 3 times in a row and defeating Kensington. Carl O'Brien invited forwards. Tando back there. Kasha took a pretty heavy tackle on the halfway line. Referee checking on him now. In the Northeast standings, end up being Kingston, Met Oval and Atlantic City all level on 24 points. Kingston had the best goal difference by a single goal. Met Oval were second, and then it's Atlantic City. But that 3 measurably above the rest of the table, 7 points separating them from 4th place Monmouth. Met Oval already dispatching Kingston in the semis. And they are leading with the early Carlo Brown goal here at the Oval. But lots of time for Atlantic City to come back, and they've certainly shown lots of promise to the visitors thus far. They've had a really good press on Met Oval, and they've had it in their own half. Boyle just pops it up in the air. So Retzes came over the back of Eichenbaum. Referee allows play to go on. And that did come off of a Met Oval hand. It's going to be a free kick. In a good crossing position for Atlantic City.
Let's go, boys! Let's go, boys!
Hey on set piece duty. Underwhelming delivery. Will catch up. Will get himself another throw. How's it long? Catcher picks up the loose ball. Boy couldn't get it under his spell, and so Retzes spins it out. Tando. Boyle on the diagonal. Reynoso watching it carefully. Iriarte getting the second. Gonzalez, he's done really well with that. And the referee is going to give a free kick for Gonzalez, and he's actually given Tando a yellow card. Got to be honest, I'm not sure exactly what Tando did there to warrant the yellow card. Might have stood on his foot. But I think the referee overall has been quite relaxed with the contact. It's been quite a high bar to get a free kick, and there, though, he has chosen to reach into the pocket for Tando. Zaretsas drives it down the right channel, brought down expertly by Reynoso. He's got 2 on him. Zaretsas works it back to Fafman. Sané, look at that for a first touch. It's been very astute so far, Sané. The assister of the first goal. Manages to find Jean-Louis. Iriarte. Searching for Reynoso. Good decision there by Moroni to come galloping off his line. Not the first time he's had to do that so far. Helped around the corner by Cahill, who threw himself dramatically. Looking for a foul. Kasharov, excuse me. Gonzalez. Jean-Louis. Well found by Fafman. Iriarte. Kasha. Iriarte. Does well to find Saunders. Reynoso. Saunders. Patient. Play by Metoval. Jean-Louis. Nicely weighted ball to Sané. Sané whips it in, and Balti Saunders was his target at the far post. Not enough lift on the cross. Moroni comfortably gathering. Approaching the 30-minute mark in the Northeast final. Metoval, who won last year's final against Atlantic City 1-0, leading again by a single goal. Carlo Brown inside 2 minutes. Iriarte. Saunders. Round the corner, and the flag up against Brown. Something that's certainly going to help this final that was not in everyone's favour last year is the temperature is quite a bit down tonight. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but sitting honestly about 73. I'm in a hoodie and sweatpants, and last year was swelteringly hot, which did, I think, somewhat affect the tempo at times. But it's been very high intensity so far here in Queens. So Retzes with the commanding header. Bocacha finds Hale. Saunders aggressive and won it back. Carlo Brown. Iriarte. Jean-Louis. Goes all the way back to Zaretsas. Wayward pass by Zaretsas. Reynoso turning into trouble. Tenacious work by Eichenbaum. Forces Metoval just to give it back to their guests. Guys, reminder, today's broadcast sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Zaretsas smashing it up into orbit, or Passada even, excuse me, with that Big hoof. Wagner closed down by Jean-Louis, who'll get a throw in. And tried to grab himself a few extra yards. Andrew Hale. Boyle. Ariarte. Jean-Louis held onto it too long there. Villaboy returns it back to Eichenbaum. Gonzalez. Hale drifted all the way to the far side, couldn't find a teammate. That's Cahill, excuse me there. Ariarte bursting through the Atlantic City midfield, and he's found Balti, Saunders, Reynos on the overlap. Saunders, oh, that final pass was off. That was a really good chance for Metovo, the overload on the right side. And you could just see perhaps Saunders caught in two minds about whether to use Reynoso's run as a decoy and to cut onto his left foot and take it himself, or to help it on, and in the end, just a slightly indecisive pass. Not enough on it for Reynoso. Saunders, lovely touch around the corner. Gonzalez. Saunders drilling it. Inch perfect to Sané. It wasn't quite an inch perfect cross by Sané.
First and second, come on!
We're only a little off with his goal kick. Nearly took out the live stream set, but we're still up and live. Ariarte. Reynoso just able to keep it in, and then dancing feet by him to get himself half a yard. Posada. Kasha. Reynoso. Gonzalez. Ariarte continuing to pull the strings. Slightly overran it and couldn't find the run of Metovo, and Tando, who's on a yellow card, booting that into Metovo's bench. Of course, you could say that was a clearance. It was somewhat, but did feel like there's a little bit of a follow through there from Tando. And I've got to be honest, I'm not actually entirely sure Tando is aware he's got a yellow card, because when he ran back, I don't think he actually saw the yellow card pull that, the referee, excuse me, pull that yellow card out of his pocket. That's just something to watch out for. Didn't clear that ball like a man on a yellow card, but of course there's always plausible deniability. Sané. Jean-Louis just about able to keep it alive. Not quite. Well played out by Atlantic City. But Posada reading the initial danger. Villaboy gets the scraps. Looking to drive it cross-field. Big shout by Fafman. And an easy gather. Saunders Didn't make any contact there. Really good recovery tackle by Balti Saunders though. And then a crunching one also by Eichenbaum. And then another one. Nothing being held back from either side. It's exactly what we want to see in a final. And it's a tight field here at the Oval. Relatively long, but certainly narrow, and that increases those 50-50s, increases the tempo of the game. Carlo Brown winning that one. Reynoso asking for it. Carlo Brown still with it. It's been a couple of times Reynoso has made a run down the right flank. He's just been lacking a bit of the service from his teammates. A little bit frustrated at the moment, Reynoso. Reynoso just finishing his freshman year, going his sophomore year at Stony Brook. Played 18, scored 1, got 3 assists in his first season with Stony Brook. Of course, a big name in Met Oval's team last year. Scored 5 in the League for Clubs NorthEast.
Keep playing it. Justin, get out the spot. Justin, take it.
Posada. Tando with the header. Gonzalez is going to keep his wits about him. Didn't take any chances. Magnami is going to delegate this throw to Wukacha, who's got the long throw in his repertoire. Well, towards the edge of the penalty area, not one of Wukacha's best. And then a wild strike from Tando.
You don't have to force. If you're going to play it in behind, bro, hit it in behind.
Iriarte. Sane unable to deal with that high ball. Catch up. Dwell onto that ball too long. It may be punished here. It's Balti Saunders. Lost his footing. Saunders still. Balti Saunders took a deflection. And it's clawed out of the goal by Maroney. A second time Saunders has been denied on the goal line. You know, I think that shot might have taken a deflection of his own teammate Kasha there. Definitely took a lot of contact coming through. It was either Kasha or one of the Atlantic City players diving on the edge of the 6-yard box. Not sure Saunders couldn't quite believe it. Two times he's struck it and it's been creeping towards the net. And at the 11th hour, Atlantic City have denied him. Reynoso takes it short. Saunders gives it to Nelson Reynoso. Not enough on the cross. Gonzalez with the block. Kasha just about able to stay with Hale there.
Ref, you gotta help him. Ref, he's got his leg right here. He's got him done. His leg right there. Falling down, grabs his leg. Why'd he slow down? You had him turn.
We'll catch up. Posada intercepting. Kasha. Dusk settling in New York. We'll catch up. There's a poor pass. Iriarte. Gonzalez gives it all the way back to Fafman. Kasia under a lot of pressure, gives it to Posado, just has to clear the lines. Good press by Atlantic City, they win it back about 30 yards out. Hale. Not quite the right angle on his pass. That's going to be kept alive by McNamee, teases it back up, but that goes straight out over the goal line. It's been a very even first half, that's for sure. Met Oval certainly with the higher quality chances, including the goal. Saunders, as we just saw a moment ago, denied as well for a second time by last ditch goalkeeping / defending from Atlantic City. But in terms of possession, it's been very, very even and territorial in terms of possession. I think probably Atlantic City have had it in Met Oval's half a little bit more than Met Oval have had it in theirs. That's Josh Pratt mental stats right now, so you might disagree with me. Get a proper statistician at some point. One back by Wagner, uncompromisingly, but look fairly from here. So Jean-Louis down on the far side, referee judging, making a bit of a meal of it. We've got less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Hale. McNamee, 1-1 with Reynoso. McNamee fires it in and it will be the first corner of the game for Atlantic City.
Coach, 2 minutes.
2 minutes of stoppage time, the number we've just heard from the fourth official. Swung in by Hale towards the far post, dangerous ball. Fafman got a hand to it, and he had to. As he had Boyle waiting behind him about a yard out, and perhaps even a foot out. He just needed to get a touch to put that in. Really good ball in by Hale. Fafman a match to it. But more defending for Met Oval here. And there's a bit of argy-bargy going on in the area, which the referee is going to have to sort out.
Let's move on! Let's move on! Hey, we're good! Come on!
Bocacia hurls it in, flicked on, scramble in the 6-yard box, Met Oval escape. Hale. And that's well marshalled by Gonzalez, and Met Oval can breathe after a testing few minutes. We're into our 2 minutes of stoppage time.
First and then we go!
Iriarte. Kasia took a swing at it. Goes out by the halfway line. I think Met Oval just trying to see out this first half now. That was a unorthodox throw by Wagner. And he's punished for it. I'd imagine when Coach Burklow gets his players in at half-time, the message will be find a second goal, because Atlantic City certainly shown they can find one themselves. They may get one now. Met Oval, Saunders is offside. The flag is up. He tucked that away with beautiful poise, Saunders. left the goalkeeper on the ground, and it looked very tight that one. We have to watch that back, and you just hope that was offside, because if not, Saunders has been robbed a wonderful goal. He absolutely skinned Maroney there. Kasha. Sean Louis, that would have been a really big moment at the end of this first half. Had Met Oval found that second goal. But at the moment, they're going with the narrow single goal lead. They've had the better of the chances. Atlantic City, I think, have probably had the better of the possession. It's a game that is certainly hanging in the balance. Don't go now, guys. We'll be back shortly with the second half of the Northeast final.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legend.
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive, the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive, the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Oval. Both teams emerging from the dressing room. The night sky is coming in and the floodlights are on as we prepare for the second half. It appears that Coach Burklow is going to keep the same 11 that started the game out there for that second half. And looks like it's the same case for Atlantic City as well. Mind you, did hit over here. The goalkeeper, Maroney, for Atlantic City, right at half-time he came over to the trainer complaining about one of his quads hurting, I presume on his kicking leg, and I think I just heard him as well say to his coach that probably can't take the goal kicks anymore. So that's one to watch. He had to make a few important saves in that first half. Do have one available goalkeeper on the bench, but they're going to see how Maroney can fare in the second half for now. Met Oval ready to start. Atlantic City still huddling. Most important team talk of their season. They were trailing 1-0 behind a year ago, plus a day at this field, and they weren't able to find a goal to draw it level. They'll want to reverse that heartbreak, and they can certainly take a lot of encouragement from the first half. They applied a good forward press on Met Oval, won the ball back on numerous occasions in Met Oval's half. It was just clear-cut chances that was lacking from Atlantic City. They did ride their luck a little bit at the other end. Balti Saunders very unfortunate to find himself, not to find himself at least one goal. One save where Maroney managed to claw it out of the goal. And also there's a block on the line to deny him too. The goal scorer, Carlo Brown, kicks off the second half. Met Oval at the moment on course to return to the Nationals to defend their title. And once again win the Northeast Conference. But it's a very precarious lead they hold. We'll catch up. So it's strong, and Posada gives that all the way back to Max Pfaffman. Both coaches have a full complement on the bench to call upon. Notable one on Coach Burklow's bench is Carlos Villa, who was a pivotal part of Met Oval's national championship winning team last year, captained them most of the time. Came into this season struggling a bit with injury, so he's been in and out of the team, but I'm sure we'll see him on, most likely on the left flank at some point tonight. Villa, rising sophomore at Queen's College, started 20 games this freshman year. Here's Jean-Louis, bit of space for Sané, who set up the first goal, and he's going to look to set up another one there, cleared out. Good defending at the front post by Boyle. An excellent first touch by Villaboy. The flag is going to go up against Eichenbaum. Andrew Hale, who was very lively in the first half, put in a fantastic corner kick towards the end of the first 45. Which brought out the most important save from Pfaffman in that first half. Here is Hale again on the corner of the penalty area. Good step by Iriarte.
Don't let him out! Don't let him out! Go team! Go team! Go team! Tight team! Hey! Hey!
somewhat under-hit pass by Jean-Louis for Posada, which forced him to just clear it. That looked like a clumsy tackle from Sane.
What is that?
And I have to say, it looked like a free kick from it for Atlantic City, but referee had motioned.
It's a missed tackle. It's a missed tackle.
Why are you not talking to him? What is AR doing if he's not?
Reynoso. Boccaccio winning it back. Be interested to see how Atlantic City can sustain the press in this second half. Again, it's much cooler tonight than it has been for much of the summer. Seeing a little bit above 70 degrees. Boyle hooks it clear, Iate off his shins. Driven forwards to Eichenbaum. Sani helped it on to Kasha. Iriarte. Does really well, Matthew Iriarte, but that was an equally good interception by Tando. Iriarte. McNamee had a little bit too much of a hold of him for the referee's liking.
Not the one in the corner. Come on, Pedro. Yes. The one in the corner is much more of a foul. Bullshit.
What is he? Come on, tiki-taka fouls and then that hard slide tackle?
Driven long by Zaretsas. Reynoso gets there first. And gathered by Fafman. Villaboy will get the foul there. Iriarte hung out of foot. Calmly dealt with by Reynoso. Kasha. Iriarte. Good awareness by Matthew Iriarte. Posada was heavy with his touch. One back by Atlantic City. Eichenbaum gives it to Cahill, who drives it across. Watched well by Zaretsas. A little awkward for him on the bounce. Gonzalez. This second half beginning with the same frenetic tempo that much of the first was played with. That's very clever by Jean-Louis. But he ran out of real estate. Wagner helps it out to Cahill. And that was a wild swing by Posada. It's quite fortunate that Posada didn't make a lot of contact. Because that, I think, if he had, it would have been a foul, probably yellow card as well, because the follow through is quite high there.
Supposed to have mics and help him out.
Fucking swing and a miss. He goes through with that. It's a fucking red card there.
He had no business win. He was never going to win that ball. He swung and missed, hit nothing but leg. If he makes full contact, it's a straight red.
Good boys.
They can probably hit because they're making their way towards the halfway line. The United City bench starting to get a little hot under the collar with some of the refereeing. It looks like we're going to get some changes from Atlantic City's bench soon as well. Perke is stripped down. Set to be the first change of the night. Driven along towards Reynoso. Tando once again. Titanic in the air. And it's route one. It may prove effective here. Eichenbaum is offside. It's Daniel Gonzalez who's going to be withdrawn for Perkey. What a ball there, up towards Sané, and he was body checked very hard from Boyle. Bit needless there from Boyle because Sané was going away from the goal. Needless in terms of conceding the free kick for Atlantic City, and also needless with the amount of force he went in there, and he's going to get a yellow card. Atlantic City got to keep their heads here. They're well and truly inside of this final. It would be a shame for them if they'll discipline. Tip the scales against them. Uriarte on set piece duty. Swings it towards the far post, headed out. Comes in the edge to Andy Kasha. Eichenbaum nipped in there before Kasha could unleash. Sané. John Louis turned into trouble. Just about able to hold off the attentions of Perkey. Perkey continuing to fight for that ball, winning it back for Atlantic City. Good work by the substitute. Welcher. This one back by Sané. And he got a bit of a body check there from Wagner as well. The referee not blowing up that time. And here's Wagner. Drills it forward. So an awkward one for Posada. He's lost it to Cahill. And Sané all the way back has done really well there. No options ahead for Zaretsas. Cahill. Zaretsa with that. Referee got in the way there of Hale, and he's going to restart with a drop ball. A little dubious if that was going to still be reached by Hale. Either way, but referee has given it to Atlantic City. Big head by Reynoso. Saunders has lost it. And then a crunching tackle by Posada. There was an initial foul on Hale by Saunders, and Atlantic City are going to have a free kick about 30 yards out. The heat is rising here, on the field at least, even though it's a relatively cool mid-July night.
I'll try and get
And Atlantic City are preparing another pair of changes. Donnelly and Rojek will come on, I think, in a moment. McNamee and Wakacha over the ball. Fawn Fathman's Wall. Wakacha, well wide. Uriarte. Carlo Brown turning Boyle. Tando covered that space brilliantly. Read the danger really well. Perkate. Wakacha. Sane brings it down well. Kasha. Iriarte. Jean-Louis lets it run for Sane. Kasha got the ball stuck under his feet. Well, Kasha unable to escape from Iriarte. Atlantic City continuing to play with this very aggressive press and continuing to not allow Metovo too many consecutive passes. Saunders. Perhaps a chance for the home team to have a spell on the ball. Now though, Saunders incisive ball, brilliant ball. Reynoso's in behind here. Nelson Reynoso! Big stop by Maroney. Jean-Louis with the rebound. Digs it towards the far post. Carlo Brown off the line. And Brown again! Doubles the lead for Metovo! It's a foot towards the silverware. And a step towards the national finals once again. 2-0 to Metovo. And for all the positivity Atlantic City have shown at the start of this second half, Metovo have struck them on the break. And Carlo Brown was denied on the line, I think by Boyle really well, but there was no way he was going to miss that second one. His third goal in the NorthEast playoffs. And Metovo with the cushion now. 24 minutes remaining. Oh, excuse me, 29 minutes remaining even. A little unclear on the clock for a sec. Two changes made for Atlantic City. Whilst Metovo was celebrating that, Rojek has come on in the centre of midfield. We'll see who's come off for him in a sec. Donnelly also on. We're going to have to see where he slots in as well. It looks as if Donnelly's gone into the centre forward position. And Eichenbaum has been replaced. Iriarte. Once again, it was a goal created from Metovo from a wide area. As here comes Balti, Saunders. Kasha gives it back. It's wonderful. It's 3-0 Metovo. It's a special from the Queen's side. Kasha and Balti Saunders with the give and go. And that may be the silverware in the bag. A NorthEast title. Becker's Metovo once again. A quick-fire double has totally changed the complexion of this final. I was just about to say, Saunders instrumental in the build-up to that second goal. He set Reynoso away out wide with a beautiful through ball. But he's outdone himself with the third goal. The give and go with Kasha and a beautifully composed finish into the far corner. And it's going to take nothing short of a miracle for Atlantic City now. They've got to find 3 goals inside the final 27 minutes. And those 2 goals just came out of nowhere for Met Oval. So Atlantic City probably slightly on top. But 2 moments of real quality for Met Oval to unlock their visitors' defence. And it's gone from a game hanging on a knife edge to one firmly in Met Oval's hands. Dryhouse on for McNamee.
Hey, you just got dragged down!
And Met Oval also made a change right off that second goal. Didn't even have time to announce it with the speed of the third goal coming. Met Oval and in the mood for the fourth here. It's Carlo Brown towards the far post. It's Saunders again. It's absolutely staggering. 3 goals in 4 minutes for Met Oval.
AR, you didn't see our guy get stomped on in the box?
It's a total collapse for Atlantic City in the back line.
Hey, get the ball!
And you know, actually, I think this one might get called back. The linesman is waving his flag on the far side. And there might be a discussion here between the referee and the linesman. We might have had an offside in that. But it's Manor who came on for Met Oval. So the debate going on between the linesman and the referee right now. And the referee's now going to go over to the other linesman. I'm not sure exactly what's happened here. Atlantic City feel they clearly have a case for whatever might have happened. I think the referee's left their headsets at home today. The referee's spoken to both linesmen at either end.
What are we doing?
And the goal is going to be maintained. So Met Oval are 4-0 up. They have scored 3 goals in terms of game time. I think in about the space of 3 minutes. Absolutely stunning. Brown made it 2-0 on the hour mark. And a bit of time has passed with the referee having debates with both his linesmen, but I think that's Saunders' goal which made it 4-0 coming around the 63rd minute. Another change made for Met Oval. It's Reynoso coming off. And it looked like Mijatovic replacing him, but I think it's fair to say this is just about done and dusted. Met Oval did have one occasion last year where they put 5 goals in against, I think it was First State, in the space of about 8 minutes. They're on course to do that right now unless Atlantic City can stem the flow. And what is most crazy about this is it really felt like a nail biter with the game at 1-0. Very, very even the balance. Don't think Met Oval had really had a proper chance in the second half, and suddenly the floodgates just opened. I think Coach Barkley now is starting to make these changes just with an eye of preserving his squad for the national finals, which are coming up. Here comes Atlantic City looking to get some slim glimmer of hope here. That Metovo a match for it. Posada. Sane's done really well. Here's the substitute man up, taking on Boyle. Man onto his right foot, Boyle stuck closely to him. Iriarte wins it back. Bit of a height mismatch between Mana and Perke. At the diminutive number 3, keeping hold of possession. Iriarte. Saunders on a hat-trick now, him and Carlo Brown. Sane. As Jean-Louis, who came off Mana, which that substitute was made about 9 minutes ago, but it feels like a lifetime has passed since then. Metovo scored another 2 goals. Atlantic City are preparing to send on Sugra. Rukacha. Dryhouse. Oh, Rojek even, excuse me. I got cut out back again with Atlantic City. Mijatovic not to be outfoxed. Saunders. Saunders scoring the 3rd and 4th and setting up the 2nd. And he was another player Metovo missed a lot in the first half of the season. Struggling with injury. That showed right there what a difference maker he is for them. And he's looking back to his best as they head into the playoffs. And so is this man, Matthew Iriarte. They also missed for much of the campaign. Carlo Brown. Mana was offside. Both teams are going to make a change here. Carlo Brown will not get a chance to find his hat-trick. He's going to be withdrawn. Casher as well for Metovo. Moreno is going to come on. And Sugar is going to replace Wagner. Wagner even, who's still complaining about that 4th goal. And I didn't see what happened, honestly. Maybe something did happen off the boy, saying he got tugged, punched. There's a lot going on. But he's very unhappy as he goes off. So Moreno's gone into centre forwards for Metovo. The other change, Ezekiel Rowland has slatted into the back line, and also Justin Blanco has come on. Blanco, another returner for Metovo from the National Championship winning team. Xavi Gonzalez made way for Gonzalez. Excuse me, for Rowland. Held in by Sugra. Blanco just clearing the lines. Rowland with his first touch, clearing it out. Tando tussling with the Metovo Submarino. Tando has somehow kept hold of that. He's done really well. The centre back with a slice of fortune as well. Lost the pass though. Dryhouse went for it and it looked Possibly goal bound for a second. Meto will get the goal kick. Zaretsas. Mijatovic was scampering after that. It'll be a throw-in for the hosts. And more changes being made. James Cahill has been withdrawn for Edwards. And Sané, who set up the first goal, replaced alongside Iriarte. Both those players putting in an excellent shift. Carlos Villa on for Metovo. He's going to come on that left side. As I was saying a little earlier in the game, he's a pivotal part of Metovo on the left flank last year, but struggled a bit with injuries coming out the college season with Queen's College, which is why he's been in and out of the setup this season. It's a good crossfield ball to the substitute Edwards. Turn and shot, but very tame from Donnelly and easy for Fafman. So man has now gone to the centre midfield alongside Blanco with the addition of Carlos Villa. The other change on for Metovo, Aki Maladez, who is also a returner from 2025 for Metovo. Made a few cameos coming off the bench last year. Tick into the final 15 minutes, and game has quite a flat feel now. It's been just about killed with a coffin and a lot of nails by Metovo in absolutely ruthless fashion. 3 goals coming right after the hour mark to make it 4-0. Really looked for a long time like the game was following the same script as last year's final between these two teams. Metovo with a narrow lead, but everyone getting ready to bite the nails. But how quickly a game of football can change, and Atlantic City have learned that the hard way today. Maladez. Roland. Morania. Mijatovic. Mana. Morania finds Carlos Villa. Blanco. Clever ball. Just asked a little bit too much of Balti. Saunders well shepherded out on the far side by Dryhouse. And I believe this is going to be the final change for Atlantic City. Hudak will replace Bocacha. Donnelly. There's Carlos Villa. Mendez. Holds onto it. Looks for Saunders. And Posada coming off a little worse for wear from one of those tackles at the other end. He's just limping it off now. Rojek. Not a bad ball, but no one a gambler at the front post. Instead, just Posada, who managed to run off whatever knock he was carrying to meet that ball at the front post. Comes on the edge for Atlantic City. A wall of black that they couldn't penetrate. Blanco and Metoval might have a chance to break here. Blanco, a slippery customer indeed. Morenia dwelt on the ball too long. It's just really about playing for pride now for Atlantic City. They don't want to ship anymore. 4-0 is not a flashing scoreline. Once you get beyond that, it gets a little embarrassing. And here's the stat for you. Atlantic City have had a relatively mean defence this season, conceding 13 in 10, 4 clean sheets this season. The only other time they conceded 4 goals this season was against bottom of the table Brooklyn City. But other than those 2 games, they've conceded generally very few. Guys, a reminder, tonight's broadcast sponsored by Umbro Premier, the presenting partner in Game of Thrones 25-26 season. You can learn more about what Umbro is offering teams at umbroteam.com. Got a great customization tool on that. So Retz's meeting, and incidentally, if you're a presenting partner, or sorry, excuse me, a sponsor, you're looking to get some great coverage in the Northeast soccer scene, definitely get in contact with us. You can reach out through Instagram at Game of Frame and find out more information from us. Atlantic City looking to cut inside. Blanco there to meet it. Saunders. Prudence would perhaps suggest be the right time to take Saunders off just so he could save his legs, but I think Coach Berklow wanted to give his tallyman the chance for the hat-trick. Donnelly, physical, alongside Zaretzas. Zaretzas who's penalised. Hale. Dryhouse, and Atlantic City are going to pull one back. Really well worked goal. Very unlikely to be more than a consolation. But who knows, Metoval did score 3 themselves in the space of about 4 minutes. Coach Berklow just reminding his players not to bring out the bunting too early. It's one of the subs, I think, who's going to get a look just in a second at the number. I think it might have been Hudak, who's just come on. Yeah, it was. It's Hudak with that finish. There's a very slick move by Atlantic City. And it's the first time Atlantic City have scored at the Oval. Brought down by Rojek, who's still with it. Rojek overloading the right side. Rojek tried to take himself He had Edwards and Akers on the right side. Shugrep. Metovo really don't want to concede a second there because the belief will really be kindled for Atlantic City if we do close to a 2-goal margin. It still is a very formidable mountain for the visitors to climb, but this is a game of momentum. Villa. Man up. Nova could just do with a little bit of the ball to take some heat out of the game. Blanco. Roland. So Retzers sprays it cross field. It's going to find Maladez. Man up. Saunders onto his left foot. Balti Saunders! It's a sensational hat-trick by Balti Saunders. He has glittered and shone in this second half. And that was the pick of the bunch. He's hit the cobwebs in the top corner. And he scored a hat-trick in the space of 24 minutes. That was really special. And the door, which was open just slightly ajar, albeit with a very, very faint hope by Atlantic City, has been slammed firmly shut with another swing of Balti Saunders' scintillating left foot. And the moment it reached him on that far side, you knew there was only one intention he's going to have. But still nothing Atlantic City could do to stop him. He took it onto his left foot and reduced Moroni to little more than a spectator. And we're getting a row on the far side. If the ball goes out of play, we might have to show that. But here's Blanco. Whilst we get this, Josh, let's just see. We've got our Met Oval row. World Cup may be over, but the World Cup fever and the inspiration Norway gave all of us has not ended. Many of those young fans are taking a subway, and we may get another Viking moment on the underground. Here's Mana. Metovo are not finished yet. Morania tried to return it to Mana with the back heel. Didn't pull off the pass. I was mentioning how many of Metovo's wins this season have been decided by a single goal margin. 4 out of 9. This will be the 10th of the campaign. And Coach Berkeley will be mighty grateful to his players to have built this big cushion. They have been pushed right to the finish line on so many occasions. Excelsior did it twice. And in those moments, the playoffs really hung in the balance. The playoff qualification, I should say. But Met Oval have been exceptional in the final third, particularly in the second half. And that's a really naughty tackle there from Edwards, and he's going to add his name to the book. Absolutely nowhere near the ball there. And Carl Svea is going to need a moment to walk that off. And this would be really unfortunate for Carlos Villa if he picks up an injury there. Just a bit of frustration from Roland, really. And with the injury problems he already had this season. But he got that left leg as he was planted, taken out, right out from under him. Hopefully nothing more than a bruise tomorrow. Melendez is going to go for a very ambitious effort himself. Simple for Maroney, who, although he shipped 4 goals in the second half, I'm not sure you could hold him accountable for any of them. They're all really good finishes or well-worked goals. It's just a tap-in for the forward. Saunders, surely he's not going to get another. This time he tries to get a teammate involved. And Melendez is going to get the foul this time. Carlos Villa moving a little freer now. Got a minute remaining in the 90. Met Oval are cruising now to back-to-back League for Club Northeast titles. That's sent towards the far post. Roland really should have made that 6. Seemed easier to score that than miss. I mean, it was at a difficult height for him, certainly, but he was so close to the goal there. And there's a wry smile on his face. Could have been an academic goal. But now, Met Oval's eyes turned to the national Final Four, where they'll look to defend their title. Iron Rose already there. Oklahoma United already there. And Pensacola FC already there. Hale. Fortunately, I'm not sure we'll be travelled out to cover the national finals. If anyone from the league is watching and wants to spend a lot on expensive New York flights, we're a game for sure. But if not, it's been another season to remember for Met Oval in the Northeast. Atlantic City gave them a very good run for their money in the first hour, but Met Oval at their swashbuckling best and ran away with it in the last 30 minutes. A hat-trick for Saunders, a brace for Brown, and another Northeast title for Met Oval. Do not go now, guys. We'll be back shortly with the trophy celebrations.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal.
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community.
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive, the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive, the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?